A man stopped himself from killing his mum's murderer in revenge after he heard her voice telling him not to. Police were called to a flat in Vittoria Court on Vittoria Close in Birkenhead on the night of Thursday, May 12 this year, to a report of concern for the welfare of 62-year-old Karen Wheeler. Paramedics attended, but Mrs. Wheeler was pronounced dead at the scene. Cause of death was given as blunt force trauma. Mark Wheeler, 52, of Vittoria Close was charged with her murder and pleaded guilty at a court hearing earlier this year. He was jailed for 15 years and 10 months at Liverpool Crown Court, Friday, October 28. It emerged that Wheeler had battered Karen to death with a lamp after racking up huge debts. Mrs. Wheeler was also repeatedly stabbed during a prolonged assault, which began as she slept on a sofa and saw her subjected to dozens of blows at his hands. Karen's son David Bradley found his mother dead and locked Wheeler in the house until police arrived. A statement from Mr. Bradley read, "The last time I saw my mum alive was at the bus stop after I finished work and I was walking my dog. She asked me if I wanted to see her to catch up as she had been working a lot recently. I went down to meet her on May 11th. There was no answer and her phone was turned off. I now know that Mark had already brutally murdered my mum. When I attended the next day and the door eventually opened, I saw Mark covered in blood and I knew mum was gone. To see my mum lay there like that is an image that I will never get out of my head and is there when I close my eyes. The Mark has changed my understanding of the world around me and therefore he has changed me. The friendship and love I shared with my mum I'll never replace. We were so similar and she's the only real support I had, but he'll still have his loving family. My mum was the kindest, loveliest person I ever met and now I doubt I'll trust another person thanks to him." Detective Inspector Phil Ryan said. This was a truly shocking and brutal assault which led to the tragic death of Karen Wheeler in her own home. Tragically, it was her son David who found his mother dead and locked Wheeler in the house until police arrived. Nobody can begin to understand the impact the circumstances and fact of her sudden death has had on her family and friends. Nothing can bring Karen back, but I hope that the significant sentence Mark Wheeler must now serve will give them a sense of justice and allow them to finally move on with their lives. Detective Inspector Ryan continued. Merseyside Police continues to do everything it can to tackle all violence against women and girls, and we will do everything in our power to support victims. Target perpetrators and reduce violence by ensuring victims of domestic abuse feel believed and supported when they report offending to us. Domestic abuse is a complex issue and can take many forms. It can be psychological, financial, sexual, emotional and physical, and we want to raise awareness of the support that is available to anyone who is or has experienced domestic abuse or has been affected by it so that nobody else has to suffer or silence or go through what they have been through. We work closely with local domestic support organizations, local authorities, safeguarding teams and charities to ensure that services and ongoing support are available, including access to refuges. We have a number of specialist departments within the police to investigate these crimes, but it's important that we all work together to support survivors and collectively work to prevent these crimes occurring in the first place by raising awareness. Rest in peace Karen Wheeler, condolences to the family and loved ones.